Welcome back to Let's Start a Band podcast. Very excited for my guest today, a good friend of mine, Noel Da Costa, coming on. Firstly, I want to say thank you on behalf of everyone that's listened to your music. The feeling that comes over it is just incredible. And there's a lot of ways I could start this conversation. But I want to go back to the roots, the very start for you. Tell me about the first song you ever wrote, what inspired it, and how do you feel about it now?
The first song I ever wrote. Wow, I was 13. 13 at secondary school, and I wrote a song called Girl Don't Tease. Yeah, just about a girl I was after at the time, who didn't want to give the time of day, and I just wrote about it. Um, I met a friend of mine called Carl Hines, who's actually quite heavy in the industry at the moment, actually, from a hip hop perspective. Um, does very well and has done very well uh, in the past. But yeah, went round his house and he produced it on a keyboard for me. So that was my first ever track at 13.
Incredible.
And actually, I wouldn't mind releasing that actually now, actually, because it still could hold its own now, really. So
I feel
watch
like
this space.
a lot of us I speak to either love or hate their first song, but look at the journey. I mean, since then has been it's been amazing. What was a young Noel Da Costa like at school? Yeah, what were they like?
Um, a naughty boy at school. I was very hyperactive, very misunderstood. I think very talented. I didn't. I don't think I appreciated the skills that I actually had naturally, and came to learn about them very later in life. Um, but yeah, I always loved music. I've always
But
loved music.
it is a skill. It really is a talent and a skill. I think you've just been blessed with and worked on. What's the biggest risk you've taken in your music career, and how did it shape where you are today?
The biggest risk, was it a risk? I wouldn't say it was a risk as such, but the biggest, I think, for me, I think it's a performance. Because that's just a scary for anybody that's done it for the first time, walking out on a stage in front of loads of people. It's just respect to fellow artists and artists before us, just to do, that is just. I guess there is kind of would you call it a risk as such? Because you don't know what's going to happen. Anything could happen. The music could stop in the middle of it. If you're with a band, someone might play a bum note, engineer might screw up. So there's so many elements of things that could go wrong. So yeah,
It's I it always fascinates me on stage when I see performers like yourself. What were you thinking about? Are you thinking about, is it muscle memory, the lyrics? Are you where you first wrote that song? Are you back there? Or are you actually very present where your feet are when you're performing?
yeah, very pro. I mean, there's always I mean, everybody goes through their own thing before you get called onto stage, but I like to just tuck myself away and just go over things mentally in my head, what I'm doing, um, hyping myself up before I go on, and then yeah, when it's showtime, just come and bring the energy, and just pray everything gets according to plan.
I love that. So real visualization before you go on. And I think nerves are a good thing as a musician. I think it just means you want to do well.
Yep.
A question I was doing my prep for this research. I was like, what's the question I've never asked Noel, which I really wanted to? And the question is, if you could take one album from another artist and claim it as your own, no one would know. What would you pick and why?
I guess Michael Jackson Thriller. Yeah,
It's
just
top
because
choice.
it's just because of the different elements and a different array of music that's kind of from pop to rock to soul to R&B. There's so much different elements on that album, and he as we know, he played that album's just off the chain, mate. It just shaped pop culture and changed pop culture completely. Uh, every song is a banger. Every single song.
It's a
So
joke, isn't it? From top
uh,
to bottom.
I wish even if it was 3 songs out of there, I wish I had, you know.
I love that. I remember listening to your song, Breakfast in the Morning. The first time I listened to it being really blown away. Do you ever get emotional about your songs or listening back to them? Do you ever just go back and listen to your own music? I've never asked an artist that. Like, is this what you do regularly, or if it happens, it happens?
Some I guess sometimes I get a little I get a little shy and embarrassed if somebody else plays it, for example, like out of a party, and I go, "Oh god, that's yeah, okay, that's me." And sometimes I think, "Oh yeah, that is a banger."
Mm,
Sometimes you even forget the songs that you do because you do so many. You're thinking, "Oh blimey, yeah, I actually done that. Oh yeah, fair play to myself." Um, so yeah, it's a mixture of emotions, I think. Mixture.
amazing. And talk to me, like, how do you know when a song's finished and ready to be released? Because a lot of artists I speak to, they're so protective, they're perfectionists. At what point do you go, "Yep, I'm going. Yeah, this is release time now."
I think it's good to with who you're working with, your producer, your engineer, whoever you're working with, um, and it's a joint decision sometimes. I mean, in my earlier on in my career, I was guilty of just putting too much in and spending too much time, and people going, "It's perfect. Just don't put any more in it. You're just trying too much. Just let it simmer."
Because as a listener, those tiny little things you're changing, I probably wouldn't even notice, would I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's just like live performances. I'll come off and there'll be little things that I say, "Oh, the drummer could have done a better feel there. The bass man could have come," but the audience wouldn't know. Uh, to the audience, it's like the sound great. It sounded great, but for you, yeah, you always wanna be that extra bit better.
No, you know a lot of people in the industry and very well respected people like working with you. As a musician, what's the best piece of advice you've been given, and why do you think it stuck with you?
Um, the best piece of advice: keep going. Don't stop. Just keep going. Um You don't know what's around the corner. You don't know who you're gonna bump into. Keep going. Oh, when I first went on this journey, everybody wants to be this major superstar and all that sort of stuff, but you just don't know what's around the corner, you know? I've done everything from performing in front of 5,000 people, to performing at a small little club around the corner and still getting paid where a lot of people probably won't even get paid. You know, you don't know what's around the corner. So just if you love it, just keep on doing it, man, until
I love that because it's a process, and a lot of artists I think would be nice. It'd be like a weight off their shoulder just hearing that from you, mate, which is
yeah,
amazing.
just keep on doing it, man. You don't know what's around the corner.
For fans of your music now that don't know you personally, what's the topic of conversation you could talk about for hours and you wouldn't get bored about it?
What's the topic of music? Just anything to do with music, whether it's sound. It doesn't have to be within my sort of genres, I guess. But even though I cover quite a bit, so I cover pop, soul, R&B, reggae, house, garage. So like I like listening to all sorts of music, heavy metal, uh, operatic stuff, classical music. I love it all. So yeah, I could sit down and talk about that for hours. Not a problem.
We'd have a great time doing it, which I love, and enjoying now. Okay, that's amazing. If you could go back to, you talked about their younger years of, being pessimist at school, not realizing your talent. If you go back and give your younger self one piece of advice right at the start, with the music, what would you say to him?
I'll say, Noel, don't give the music teacher such a hard time.
Mm.
Behave yourself and learn music theory, like how she was pushing you. Music theory, which is obviously the basis of of this journey. You know, up till now I still don't know full music theory. I'm good with sound and beats and stuff, but actual music theory is so important, especially for a singer to be able to communicate with producers and bands and give them notes. Like, play a C here, play a F sharp here, for example, all that sort of stuff. So that's definitely. I used to just mess around in music class. I didn't listen at all. So that's what I would tell the younger me.
Oh, yeah, when you went out in the real world, did you have a teacher or a role model that really believed in you, and did it have an impact, or was that something that you had to get yourself? It was inside first?
Just different people I met on the way. vocal coaches, producers, people within the industry that just kind of encouraged me just to, you've got something about you. It won't happen overnight. As I've advised your listeners, keep on going. Just keep on going and keep on evolving as well.
People who've listened to your music before, if you haven't, you need to go and check out 'cause it's absolutely phenomenal. What's the most personal song you've ever written, and was it scary to release that with the world? Is it like breaking a little bit of you off to put out there?
Yeah, but the most personal, I guess, uh, my son passed away 2 years ago, and he had a hook that we brought to life through COVID. So we wrote it, um, and he was only 7, so he had a hook, and we brought that hook to life, and we left it, didn't do anything with it, and after his passing, we released it. So that would be probably the closest thing to my heart. Shake Your Bum Bum, it was called. That was he just kept on saying it because we was trapped obviously inside. He wanted to go outside, play with his friends and dance, listen to music, and of course shake his bum bum. And so yeah, he kept on saying it, and we just turned it into a song. So that's more of that's a dance track that I released.
It's amazing, like that. It's a really such a powerful story, but I think a lot of people can relate to it. And like you said, you do really mix and genres. Some people say, stay in your niche. You've purposely not done that. Why is that? Is it because you're like, I've got too much to put out there? I want to try it. What's your attitude there?
Um, it's because I was brought up on so much different sounds, and I refuse. I mean, I'm not signed to any labels or anything like that. Um, But I love just to release good music. What I think is good music and
Mm.
things that would make me move and dance and express myself. And I want everyone to hear what I've done basically. So I don't like to be pigeonholed, hence why. And my voice kind of sits with so much different genres as well. So if I get to work with someone that goes, oh, I know it's not your usual feel, but what do you think of this? If it sounds good to me, I'm going to jump all over it. I'm not. I have no care in the world if
I love
for a love of
that
music.
attitude. Like you've really kept your authenticity, your creativity behind that. It's just amazing to kind of hear, really. I heard the person you become is the people that you had on your wall growing up. You mentioned Michael Jackson, you mentioned some genres there. Who other icons did you have?
Wow. Oh God.
Hmm.
So many mixtures.
Is there any that would shock me, Noel, after knowing you for quite some time? Is there any that would I'd be like, really?
Black Sabbath.
Say again?
Black Sabbath.
Black Sabbath. That is a shock. That is a shock. Well, I really, really love them in terms of you would like.
Yeah, there's a particular song I like called The National Acrobat. Um, and it's just because I'm always drawn to anything with a lot of energy and a lot of power. And that particular song, guys, if you haven't heard it, listen to it. National Acrobat starts off slow, speeds up. It's just amazing. The guitarist, can't remember his name, but he's absolutely fantastic on that track. So yeah, that shocks a lot of people that I would come out with that. So
No,
yeah.
right? You have shocked me with it. What's one for you? What's the strategy you use when you hit a creative block? Like, if you're really struggling to write, things aren't flowing, do you kind of leave it and come back to it, or do you try and write each day? Like, as an artist, how do you conquer that?
When it comes to me, it comes to me. I don't rush anything. I don't push. Um, I freestyle a lot. Someone asked me yesterday about my actual process, and there's no real process for me. I might hear a car horn. I might hear, I don't know, the curtains opening in a certain way, and it just creates a melody in my head, and then I'll hum to it, and then freestyle to it,
Mm,
record it on my good old phone,
mm.
and then by the time I get home or wherever I'm at, I'll start trying to convert those sounds into lyrics.
How often does that happen? Is this a daily occurrence? These things are how it just naturally comes to you?
Just naturally comes, like, mate, maybe once or twice a week. I mean, I've got so much things on my phone with different. If you got my phone and listen to the nonsense, to you it all sound nonsense because it's all just it's just ideas, just all over the place. But there's probably about 50 albums worth of just
My God.
ideas just constantly. And
It's incredible
these
to hear that. I think a lot of artists listening along will probably be relieved as well to hear that and that process. But I love the fact you don't rush creativity and it comes to you and it comes to you. Have you ever left a song and then a few years later come back to it and really dug it into it? Or does it just go into the abyss after a certain amount of time?
uh yeah, I have, yeah, yeah. Um One song that I wrote yonks ago, started, didn't finish it, and eventually came back to it because I thought I forgot about it, but again found it on my phone. Went, oh my gosh, that's a banger. Let me finish that, and I finished the song there and then. Um, and that was called "Give Her What She Wants."
Mm,
And yeah, that yeah.
incredible. No, we've talked about a lot of your past, your upbringing, kind of where we are present day. What's a musical idea you want to try and you haven't yet?
What's the what? Sorry.
A musical idea that you want to try that you haven't done yet?
Oh, that I haven't done yet. Um, I haven't released a garage song yet,
Mm.
which I
Love
wanted.
garage. You're speaking
I
what I
wanted
said.
wanted to do. I wanted to do it this by August, but I'm running out of time. But I'm trying to push to really get a garage shoot before the sun goes in,
Mm.
especially. But if I don't if I don't get to do it, I'll probably release it maybe later on in the year. But I definitely want to do a garage tune, definitely, because if I get an opportunity to perform it, that would be me in my element, like at a festival or something like that. Get a crowd
You
moving.
love the challenge, don't you? I can just tell from speaking to
Yeah,
you.
I love the energy, and if someone tells me I can't do something, then yeah,
Over.
I'll do it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. So you can imagine how I was at school. Sneak mentality. You can't do that. Oh, yes, I can.
Talk to me a little bit about the future. Obviously, that is really exciting. That for people that have listened to this, the thousands of listeners we have over on Spotify, if they were like, "Right, this is amazing. I want to go check it out." They're on the socials, the music. What can they expect for the rest of this year?
Um, Garage tune, 100%. I mean, I've released about 4 songs this year. My target was 6 songs, so I've got another 2 to go. So watch this space. Um, I've got a music video being edited at the moment, which I like to think of it more of a short movie with music. So again, that's the Michael Jackson influence with his Thriller video, which was more of a short movie with music as opposed to a music video. So that was fun to film. So I've got that coming out. That's probably going to be released in September, which is a new track called Bad Man. Yeah, and that's it for this year. More performances. Got a few gigs lined up. So follow me to see where they're at. And then in the new year, I'm hoping to do a one-man show. I was going to push it to do it this year, but I want it to be awesome. So working with the likes of LMS UK, get some advice on how to do my own one-man show for maybe the first quarter of next year, which I'm excited to do. I've already got some band members in mind, so yeah, I'm looking to knock that out of the park as well, and maybe do 2 or 3 one-man shows for 2027.
Incredible. If you're listening along, I cannot tell you how much I suggest going to follow Noel, get on the Spotify, wherever you listen. It's unbelievable. His Instagram is Noel Da Costa. If you like the singer-songwriter of the R&B, soul, house, and soon to be garage, this is the man for you. Noel, thank you so much for coming on, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks for having me, Josh.